Let me see who's available. Who's available? Loved it. Who can? Let me know when to smack this.
Smack away.
That's awesome. We've had a number of listeners to this segment reach out and say, hey, you know, we love the fact that you're pulling up some really terrible calls. We're learning from it. And but would it be all right if you picked some good calls so that we could learn from those as well? Instead of trying to find the perfect call, because there's probably no such thing or it's tough to find, let's create one ourselves. And let's do that by breaking it down into the 4 main segments of a good phone call, which is an impactful introduction. And then the second one is kind of building that rapport, discovery, right? Learning about the driver learning about us. Number 3, putting a plan together. So now that we know the driver's background, what they're looking for, we can align what we offer to what they're looking for, put our best foot forward. And then number 4, some type of action step. Are we doing an application? Do they need to look into some things? Do we need to look into some things? So those are the 4 parts. We're going to break them down. But today's part number 1, an impactful introduction. So what we've done is just pull kind of 4 random calls, and we're just going to listen to a minute or 2 of each on how the recruiter went about that first critical few moments of the phone call. So let's jump in.
Recruiting.
Yeah, hello. I was looking at your ad for CDL drivers.
Yes, sir.
And is this dry van, reefer, flatbed?
Primarily driving. Were you looking at driving over the road or more dedicated route?
Well, I mean, I'd like dedicated routes. You know, maybe somewhere in the Southwest or East Coast.
I hear you. And what is your current zip code, sir?
Our zip code is.
Unfortunately, we don't have any dedicated routes in that area. All I would have is over-the-road opportunities that would have you out for at least 3 weeks at a time. Is that anything you'd be interested in, or not right now?
Yeah, I've done that before.
Okay. And how many months or years do you have driving tractor trailer all total?
What I did like, the recruiter asked a few questions. What I didn't like is, I don't know how you're going to re-record that, Josh, because you got to make sure to capture the lack of enthusiasm. It was, I don't know how you'll do it, but you'll have to try hard to recapture that monotony of whatever was just happening there. All right, so that's number 1. You can see within a minute, he did ask some good questions, but also within a minute started to qualify the driver. So let's listen to a few more and see how they do it.
How may I help you? I'm sorry, who's this? This is. Oh, okay. Well, how are you doing, ma'am? This is. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing just fine. Okay. And this is. What's your last name? Okay. How are you doing today? I'm doing just fine, ma'am. I'm so sorry. How may I help? I was wondering. Well, anyway, I saw your ad online and I'm interested. So exactly what kind of company are you guys? We are an over-the-road, nationwide. I mean, we do have some regional areas too and things like that, but we are a flatbed step deck. Oh, okay. So flatbed step deck. Mm-hmm. Now, I saw where you may or may not be home. Hello? I'm sorry, the phone was dropping out a little. Say that again. Oh, I said, are you home weekly? In some areas. Where is home for you? I live in. Okay. So in your area, it looks like it's going to be 10 to 14 days out at a time. Oh, okay. 10 to 14 days out at a time. Okay, that's no problem. Okay. I was going to say, are you looking for something that's home every week, or? Well, I mean, I was, but then I saw where you could make $100 or over $100,000 a year. You can. Our top drivers do. So how much over-the-road experience do you have?
All right. So what I like about this one is more enthusiasm than the last one, for sure. In fact, she was so enthusiastic, she asked him how he was doing twice in a row. but she laughed it off, and it created kind of a fun, cool environment where the driver was easy to talk to at that point, right? So I liked that piece. And one missed opportunity I thought there was the driver said, "Hey, I saw your ad on Facebook." I think he teed it right up. What a great opportunity to ask, "That's awesome. What on the ad caught your attention?" Right? Find out right away what it is that the driver saw that you'd like to learn more about. All right, so let's jump to the third one here.
Hello.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm calling because I received a text message from your company saying that you're hiring.
Okay, we are hiring. Hang on and let me see who texted you here real quick.
Okay.
And it looks like did that. Give me just 1 second, okay?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good, doing well. Who do I have here? Is this? Yeah, I mean, doggone. How'd you know my name? Well, you put out some lead forms. We've got you in our system. That's why you received the text message from us about our driver pay increase. And was just telling me that you wanted some more information on that. So let me see what we have and see if we might be able to help you out. Is that right? Wow. Well, yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. So are you still out of? That's right. Doggone.
Okay.
I just can't get away from the doggone camera, can I?
Out of that market, what would you say you're looking for ideally? Are you looking for something to get you home weekly? Are you looking to run over the road, dedicated? What exactly are you thinking?
I did like that, and they've done this in a couple that we've listened to so far, got the name, right? Use the driver's name. I think that's really important. One thing I didn't like, and we'll hear the same thing on this next call, is a transfer. Right? Transfer very early on kind of disrupts the flow of the call a little bit. Sometimes that's not preventable, different roles within the company, but gosh, if we can get to where we minimize the number of transfers, it just creates a better driver experience. So let's listen to the next one, which once again leads to a transfer.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just calling to see if you guys were hiring, exactly what kind of work you do.
Well, this is a transportation company. Do you have a commercial driver's license, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I have my Class A CDL, I have a tanker endorsement, and I've been driving for 12 years.
12 years. Okay, and are you looking for something over the road, or what is it exactly that you're looking for, sir?
Honestly, if it was over the road, I wouldn't mind, but I would prefer locally. But, if you don't have anything locally, OTR, that'd be fine.
Uh-huh. And where do you live?
I'm from.
Okay, so you're from?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me go ahead and see, and, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. What is your name? I'm sorry I didn't ask you for your name.
It's okay. It's.
Okay, Mr. Let me see who's available for you right now, because
Okay.
unfortunately, I'm only in charge of handling drivers without any experience whatsoever, okay? So let me go ahead and see who's available right now so they can help you out. So bear with me 1 second, Mr. Okay? Thank you. 1 second.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. That's no problem.
Who's available? Are are you available?
I love that. Let me see who's available. Who's available? Loved it. All right, so once again, some good things here, right? Found out the driver's name, was very pleasant to talk to, but didn't love the fact that there was a transfer, right? That they have to switch hands again. So those are the 4. So let's talk a little bit about what should be the purpose of an introduction, right? What makes an impactful introduction? Well, the purpose really is to create a comfortable environment, because when you think about it, naturally, if we're here before the call starts, our comfort level's naturally going to drop a little bit when we're talking to somebody we don't know. So our job should be, how quickly can we get that comfort level right back up to where it was, right? Because then they're going to be more open to just talking to us and having a nice conversation. So create a comfortable environment. And then the other piece, I would say, set a good tone, right? Are we excited about the opportunity, or are we making it sound like, here's my 100th call of the day? Because even though it might be the recruiter's 100th call of the day, maybe it's that driver's first. And maybe you've never spoken with that driver. So you don't want to lose that opportunity to create a good, positive experience. So that's the purpose. Let's give a couple do's and maybe a couple don'ts. So do use their name. Ask for their name. If you can't look it up, use their name, right? Once again, the comfort level will automatically go up. And then also, let's talk about a don't there. Don't qualify too soon. I know people may have mixed feelings about that, whereas like, hey, qualify as quickly as possible so that you know whether to move on or not. It's okay to take a minute or two, build that rapport, that relationship, before you start making them feel like they're under the lights, getting grilled with questions, right, about whether or not they qualify. So avoid, where possible, qualification questions, too many of them at least, right up front. On the other hand, questions about why they're inquiring, what they saw in the ad that they're interested in, that's a great way to kick off the conversation, to figure out, once again, what are the topics I should be covering that are going to be most beneficial to this driver. So there's a couple do's and a couple don'ts for an impactful introduction. So that's part 1, and we'll build out parts 2, 3, and 4 and put it together to make somewhat of what we'll call a perfect call, if there is such a thing. So we appreciate y'all joining us, and keep sharing ideas, because we want to make these based off of the feedback that we receive. So appreciate you.